This shit going on with the black people, man. They're getting killed and all this shit, right? She like, man, bro, Black Lives Matter. I said, I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's Longos.
Come on, Papa.
Sheesh. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're Trappers Top 18 and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. Sheesh, man. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Rap. Sheesh, man. Shout out to Rap News and Street Politics, man. This was finna get dark. We're Trappers Top 18 and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. So I get no excuse, I get another Gito. You ain't finna get nobody to call the Gito. Rap News Street Politics, the best hood YouTube channel. I ain't sure if my first intro came in, but if it didn't, I'm giving y'all another one, man. We're finna jump into this content though. Rap, news, and street politics. Be doing his 1-2 step likes here. Shout out to bro, like I said, man. I don't know if it caught the first intro, but if it did, make sure y'all show bro some love. And I'm gonna see you this season, big dog. We gonna go ahead and put that win on y'all real quick. You feel me? But let's jump into this content, man. Don't worry about it, man. Rap, news, street politics. We be having some, and we gonna put some money on it. He know what I'm talking about. We finna jump into this content, man. Without no further ado or don'ts. The racial murder ignites deadly war between the Longos, the Barrio Pobres, and the insane Crips. 23 days and 23 nights. I guess it's like a spin off the Hundreds when they had 100 days, 100 nights versus a Hoover. Rest in peace, KP. We finna jump into this content. Without no further ado, let's get into it. Let's go.
This shit going on with the black people, man. They're getting killed and all this shit, right? She like, man, bro, Black Lives Matter. I said, I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's Longos.
Papa, come on, Papa. God damn.
On the sata, la nata. Another day crab.
Like a Newport, I'm strapped up like a Jansport on Everest. I'm high as Mount Everest. Say I'm heaven sent, you're irrelevant to this Crips shit. Switches with the cooler kid, binary trigger shit. I'm
Rap News Street Politics, the best hood channel on YouTube, and we back on the east side of Long
He really does have one of the better hood channels on YouTube.
Beach with 3 of the most active hoods going at it right now on the east side, with the east side Longos, Barrio Pobre, and Baby Insane Crip. Now this year has really been cracking in Long Beach with a situation that some people are calling 23 days and 23 nights, where the Insanes, the Longos, and the BPs have really been putting it down with the gunplay. And some top members have lost their life in 2025. Now we all see the city been going crazy. Some high-profile murders have transpired in LA and Long Beach. Now, we've heard about the numbers declining, reaching all-time lows in the last 5 years between LA and Long Beach in shootings and murders. But like I said, with the numbers going low, we see the people that are getting hit are some big-name, high-profile people in their city. Now, with Barrio Pobre and the Longos, these is 2 Sureño hoods that's pushing CK harder than 85% of the blood hoods in the whole city. We know there's only a few.
And what makes that dangerous is because when they start pushing that C blank, it doesn't stand just for gang members. Any black person that's outside that is available, if a C is not available or niggas ain't banging or whatever, they'll just go and attack whatever black person. You feel me? So that's what makes this a very tricky, sticky, icky, mickey, vicky situation.
Blood and Paru hoods that's really pushing CK, giving no passes. The Longos and the Pobres pretty much on that in the city with all Crips. And we do see the Longos pushing that red rag. I've also seen some red rags around Barrio Pobre as well. But the Longos do be flamed up. And we all know that this has resulted in Long Beach being one of the most racist places in the city.
Yeah, do you bang? I just told you a minute ago I don't bang. Do you bang? You don't bang? No, I don't. Look, that shit, class, homie, fuck niggas, Longos side, homie. Wait, why you gotta say?
Now, we hear a lot of Southside hoods, and a lot of people put the racist label on a lot of Southside hoods. But for the most part, the Sureño sets that are associated with that, most of
yeah, there it goes. You see how bro is like F hard ERs? What does that have to do with gangbanging? You feel me? So it was, all right, it was F blanks, because, you know, that's how you feel about Crips. All right, cool. Then it was F hard ERs? Sheesh, all right.
them don't even share their city with black hoods. Some like the T-Flats and the 155s who have got that label on them of being racist. Of course, they share Compton with a lot of black hoods. But we still see most of the racial tension really popping in Long Beach, on the east side, west side, and the north side. We know the Longos have 3 different sets East Side being the biggest and the oldest, with about 1,000 documented members on the East. The West Side forming off a breakoff from the East, being their second oldest and second largest set. And of course, beefing with the 8-0s on the West Side. And then the North Side, they third set, beefing with all the Crips in the North.
Who's your uncle? Who's your uncle? I bet you.
Sheesh. So they're basically in every way possible surrounding, making sure that they, you know, are into it with the enemies. However, they got to get into it with them.
Niggas out here from Longos, nigga. What, nigga? What's up, nigga? All right, nigga. Food charge, nigga. Food charge, nigga. I ain't no food charge, nigga. All right, for sure. Say fucking what? All right, nigga.
Now, Barrio Pobre is a smaller hood. There's also a BP in Anaheim, and I heard they also had a setup in Compton as well. But not a lot of people talk about Barrio Pobre, but this is who's really getting cracking right now with the Insanes. And of course, they also beefing with the Longos. But everything seemingly jumped off February 16th of this year in one of the two Barrio Pobre hoods in Long Beach. Now, they main spots on the East Side, everybody knows it, Daisy and 10th, and pretty much all down Daisy, Drake Park, Big John's Liquor, between Anaheim and 7th. This is the hot spot for Barrio Pobre over here on the East. But they also have a section between Long Beach and Atlantic and PCH and 15th, with their main block being 16th Street over here. Linden Block and Esther Block is also in this area as well. But this is where they border the Insanes over by 14th and Locust, Rolling 20s, and the Longos is going to be over here.
Sitting on the low and just thinking on what the homies on, they trapped them in the system. But
Goodness gracious, bro. These dudes are basically turning Long Beach into a war zone. You feel me? And just a lot of racial tension. So when Brandon and the viral were saying that these racial tensions exist, it's crazy how many people will argue with these dudes and be like, no, that's not true. No, that didn't happen. No, that's not how it is. No, it's not this. No, it's not that. And it's just like, it actually is.
like a Bernardo, homie gone. But keep the step in, you chosen, they change it back. I'm trying to catch a body with shawty and leave their face crack. Cause I'm from where they really clap you up for crazy hats. But fuck it, we outside with gang tats posted on Daisy ass.
But a couple blocks up from 16th Street on Long Beach and PCH, 18-year-old John McIntyre allegedly got cracking on a dude from Barrio Pobre named Grouchy, aka Edgar Ortiz Escamilla. Now, it said that Grouchy was a Love member over here. It said that he got out the pen a little bit less than 2 years ago, and in broad daylight, 4:30, 18-year-old black male John McIntyre, again, allegedly got cracking, shooting Grouchy and another man, with Grouchy losing his life over here. Now, this is what's said to be the start of the situation between Barrio Pobre and Insane this year. Now, Long Beach averages about 35 murders a year, so I'm sure 2024 situations have led up to this point. But like I said, Grouchy, well-respected and well-loved member over here, BP wasn't letting it slide. So like I said, with Insane, they got two different sections. We know the borderline of PCH, 21st, 23rd, Mike's Liquor, they controlling a big section.
Yeah, the Insanes for sure have a large geographical hold over the city of Long Beach. That's definitely without a question.
The east side. But they also do got a pocket between 15th and Anaheim and Long Beach and Pacific, where they be at that park on 14th and Locust. And 2 days after Grouchy gets killed, this is where a reputable member from Insane, Chief Rails, the Rail Shell, ends up getting caught. And again, the streets is buzzing about Barrio Pobre being responsible for this.
Smoking nigga like a Newport, I'm strapped up like a Jansport or Everest. I'm high as Mount Everest. Bitch say I'm heavy, say you're irrelevant to this Crips shit. Switches with the cooler kid, binary trigger shit, I'm lethal.
Now, this was 2 days after Grouchy was killed. On March 6th, Edgar Salazar goes down for the murder. Now, like I said, 16th between Long Beach and Atlantic is Barrio Pobre Hood and one of their main blocks. Edgar Salazar stayed on 16th and Pacific, not too far from their main block over there, east of Long Beach. Now, the Longo hood also overlaps this whole area. And honestly, the Longos can be anywhere in this situation between 14th Street.
Bro, it seems like the Longos are basically just lurking all over Long Beach trying to catch what they catch.
10th Street. The Longos are the biggest hood overall in Long Beach, with the Insanes being the second biggest hood in Long Beach. So it's a lot of overlapping going on over here on the east side. But again, this situation has been chalked up to Barrio Pobre and Insane. And this is what allegedly started, like I said, what some people are calling 23 days and 23 nights, where it got cracking after Chief Rails lost his life. Now, the next day after Rails loses his life, another shooting jumps off on 20th and Pacific. This is the borderline of Insane and Rolling 20s, where it said at 3 a.m. somebody was walking and got rolled up on by somebody on a bike and ended up getting hit. Didn't lose his life though, but this is the third shooting in 3 days, with one person from east side losing their life.
Tell them where we at, too.
It's really in the land. We right here on 14th Street on the east side of Long Beach, you feel me? We got many cliques out here, bro, but we just chose to be right here on the set, from Jekyll to the Dukes to the Pee-wees and all that. Malditos and all of them. Lonely Boys, Not L's, nigga, all of them, homie. All of them, bro.
But earlier that day, it did go down in the east side Longos off 14th and Rose. Now, again, they be on 14th. A lot of hoods be on 14th. But 14th and Rose is also going to be in the Asian Boy Crips hood. But for the most part, around this area, east side Longo do be over here. And it said that 2 men jumped out on some east side Longos and shot somebody and their dog over here just hours before that shooting on 20th and
Popping at the dog was absolutely insane.
Pacific. And a couple blocks down from when that shooting took place, on the same night, it said the police had watched somebody on Anaheim and Dawson, again, in this Eastside Longo hood. A 17-year-old kid had jumped out with a ghost gun and started popping at 2 people in the alley. So this is 5 shootings in 3 days this year surrounding Grouchy and Rails murders, all on the east side of Long Beach. And the next day after this, February 20th, 2 blocks down from where Rails got killed on 12th and Pine, another man shot in his chest, but again, he didn't lose his life. Now, there were 2 more shootings on February 21st and 22nd. Nobody ended up getting hit, but they picked it back up February 27th on Anaheim and St. Louis, again, Eastside Longo hood, where a female was hitting a vehicle. And 2 weeks later, they got cracking on 2 more females around the corner from where Rails got killed on Anaheim and Elm, where some people fired some shots into a crowd, hitting 2 more females again. All these shootings luckily resulted in nobody losing their life. But during this 23 days, 23 nights, it was cracking over here on the east side.
Come on, Papa. Come on, Papa. God damn.
On the seta, la neta.
Sheesh, bro. It's just, imagine living through all this and all that, just creating chaos everywhere you go, just creating problems, creating chaos, creating uncomforts. You out here with your kids, you're trying to just do simple things and maintain for your family, and this is going on.
Another day crying.
Now, it started to slow down with another shooting in March and another shooting in April. But in May, 2 blocks over from where Grouchy lost his life, on PCH and Locust, a 19-year-old female, Dariana Cole, allegedly catches Jordan Mosby, a.k.a. Short Dog, at the Taqueria right here, and again, allegedly takes his life. Now, this is right next to Barrio Pobre hood. The Longos, the 20s, and the Insanes is also going to be over here. But a lot of people on the streets are screaming, "Get back for Rails." I can't say if Dariana and Short Dog was connected to that situation, but again, this is 2 blocks from where Grouchy lost his life. Another Hispanic male loses his life. And somebody's been lighting up Eastside Longo hood. So again, with the numbers on decline, people is trying to lay some shit down, but the shootings aren't resulting in people losing their life, luckily. Now, the key thing we see from a lot of these hoods on the east side, mainly the big 4, with the Rolling 20s included, but right now, like I said, Longo, Barrio Pobre, and Insane getting cracking. When we
So I wonder if a Longo catches a member from Rolling 20s, what's their response to them?
from them 3 hoods, it's like they sometimes go on a spree and just get cracking on all their enemies at one time. It was a situation a couple years back where 3 teenagers from Longo had went down for 2 murders and 10 attempts between 2019 and 2020. They had shot 3 people on 2 separate occasions within 2 days in Barrio Pobre Hood on Main and 9th. They shot a female in Insane Hood the month prior on 21st and Locust. They ended up shooting 5 people on the border of Black Bandit and Rolling 20s Hood on 10th and Alamitos. And they had hit somebody from SOS on Warren and Anaheim. But they started the whole situation off killing somebody who was allegedly from Barrio Pobre off Magnolia and 15. 36-year-old Jaime Ruiz, where it said that one of the teens that walked up banged on these dudes over here off Magnolia and ended up letting off on 3 people, killing Jaime Ruiz. And a month later, they caught somebody of Pacific Islander or Asian descent over here in the section they share with the Asian boys. 32-year-old Bradley Meeks off 14th and Raymond. Again, like I told y'all, 14th is a hot block. But they ended up shooting 2 people with Bradley Meeks losing his life. But this is what I mean with these hoods over here go on sprees looking for any of their enemies and just get cracking on all of them in a short span of time. The east side of Long Beach is not that big. And a lot of these hoods, like I said, is overlapping.
Yeah, and these hoods overlap. A lot of these dudes, even deeper than that, a lot of these dudes live in the same apartment complexes. A lot of these dudes live in the same neighborhoods and communities and all that kind of stuff. Like, these niggas aren't far from each other. These dudes sometimes are across the street or across the hall from one another.
With the Longos, but it goes up with Barrio Pobre Insane and the Longos.
From the east to the beach, to the west to the coast, east side, west side, and we up to the north. I got your crab down bad and burn them up like some toast. And I been with the bullshit, been hot off the porch. You know that 562 be the area code. 1400, this is no crab zone.
Now, the interesting thing that we see in Long Beach, not only is these 3 hoods beefing, but most of the Crip hoods are also going to be beefing as well. Of course, with the exception of the gangsters, the Insanes, Linden Block, Esther Block, 2 Ns, and then, of course, the alliance between the Asian boys, SCA, the rest of the city's Crips, and the 80s and the 20s. It's a lot of Crip on Crip beef in the city. But Cinco, out the 50s from the Brick Boys, had made a statement the other day, speaking on how the other Crip hoods in Long Beach, aside from Rolling 20s and Insane, really shouldn't be beefing because it's no murder beef between these hoods. Hoods like Black Bandit and Brick, 2 Ns in Brick, 2 Ns in 80, basically calling for more unity with the Crippin' in Long Beach, which will honestly clear up their politics over here in the city. Because Long Beach is one of them cities that does have some muddy and confusing politics. Again, we got a city full of Crips. They pretty much all beefing. We got Black.
Yeah, now that's the thing too. Like, imagine how powerful the blacks in Long Beach could be if they all came together and put all their beefs aside and said, hey, you know what, we're going to focus on the one group of things that are going against all of us instead of continuously dividing what we have going on.
Bandit pushing 4X. We got racial tension. It's a lot going on in Long Beach. And the thing is, what we see from the Longos is 2 different things. Number 1, East Side Longo, like I said, had some internal beef and broke apart, resulting in West Side Longo forming. East Side and West Side was beefing at one point, but they put their beef down to go against the Rolling 20s and the Insanes. And it said that the Longos also
put their beef together to go against the blacks.
Responsible for the Asian and other type hoods forming because they was applying pressure through unity. And we also have seen the Longos not only being racist with the black hoods in Long Beach, but we also see them whacking out the whole Samoan community as well. So they seem to want to beef it and be racist with everybody that's not in their circle. Now the Longos, I see something as like what the Weemas should be doing. Different sides of their hoods and they all beefing, but they need to clean it up. But the thing is with the Weemas, they don't have a hood over there in Wilmington or even in Carson that's as big as Insane that they beefing with for real. So it's really no incentive for Weemas to be clicking up to go against anybody. This is why it looks the way it does over there in Wilmington. It made sense for the Longos to do it. And Cinco out the 50s is pretty much calling for the Crips to do it because it's no murder beef.
Corner blocks never killed nobody from bricks, bro. The Brick Boys ain't never killed nobody from Black Bandit. The Black Bandits ain't never killed nobody from bricks. The Black Bandits ain't never killed nobody from 4 corner blocks. The Insanes ain't never killed nobody from bricks. The bricks ain't never killed nobody from Insane. The 20s and Insane, that's different. I don't know, but I don't know, all the hoods I just said, bro, ain't nobody ever died, bro. Long Beach, though, we all won one. Bricks, Insanes, 20s, Black Bandits, we all won. Oh, Long Beach, oh, we're Long Beach. Why is it not broken down like that?
Now, it's an argument for really who's the most hated in Long Beach. Some people say the Longos. Of course, most people say the Longos. After this situation, earlier this year, when we seen Barrio Pobre do their hood vlog, they said they was the most hated. And of course, other people will say the Babies is the most hated. But for the most part, there's not too many allies with the Southsiders. We did see the Longos with the Lomas. And we was in the Lomas hood the other day. Shout out to them young niggas that we rolled up on in the Lomas, man. They kept it solid when we was in their section, and their young members was outside moving militant. But I say that to say, the Lomas chilling with Longo, and we know the Longos have...
Yeah, that's a crazy alliance right there, too. And it seems like the Longos are figuring out how to get their stuff together to become a power force in the city of Long Beach, for sure.
Reputation for being racist. Not everybody in their set is going to necessarily push that. I've talked to dudes from Eastside Longo all the way back when we did the Long Beach Most Dangerous. Not gonna put people's name out there, but dudes did reach out and show love and support. And they do have black members in both Barrio Pobre and in the Longos. But of course, we do have people that push the race line. And this is what we seen from Baby Evil out of Longo East, when he tried to take out 4 people in one night, shooting 2 blacks and 2 Barrio Pobres within an hour of each other. Now, he rode up on 2 black dudes, Larry Hood and Keyshawn Robinson, on 14th. Like we told y'all, 14th, a hot spot. Everybody's on 14th. He pulled up on them dudes and got cracking. These was 2 black dudes on 14th. Now, when he went down, they set him in a room with the Perkins, and he told the Perkins he didn't know where these black dudes was from. He just saw black and started getting off. So it's dudes like that that's really pushing the racial issue and the racial agenda on the east side. And you know, traditional gangbanging really just turns into this when you beefing with another race. It's inevitable, almost, when you really having some gunplay between black and brown. It just goes there. But an hour after he shot these black dudes, in which they both lived, he's on Daisy in 14th. Like I said, Daisy, main street for Barrio Pobre. He finds Ryan Rodriguez and Edwin Alonzo. Ends up hitting them 2 dudes up in his uncle's car. Now, of course, his uncle ended up going down for it, ratted on his son, who was also from Eastside Longo, and Baby Evil from Eastside Longo. And one of the black dudes that got shot on 14th ended up picking out Baby Evil in the photo lineup, man. And Baby Evil upstate doing 80 years to life, trying to get down on 4 people in one night, pushing the racial tension over here on the east side.
Man, yeah, now the racial tensions on the east side of Long Beach have always been a thing. And even me being from South Central, you always kind of knew when you went over to Long Beach, it would be a little racial. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. You knew that the Mexicans weren't necessarily happy to see you around and all that kind of stuff. And it kept you, it kept you vigilant, and it kept you on top of what you had to be on top of, because you knew that you were possibly in a situation that they didn't want you in. You feel me?
Now, we know the Longos are involved in way more than just beefing with the Insanes and the Barrio Pobres. We see them time and time and again in the federal indictments. Their biggest one, where about 16 dudes in leadership went down, was Operation Blue Ice, which was a 3-year investigation on the Longos, where a lot of confidential informants from East Side, West Side, and North Side Longo was getting down. It was a dude named Chalito, who's said to be an inducted member of the Mexican Mafia now, who was actually dealing with a confidential informant from his hood. Now, you know, with the name Blue Ice, you know what they were serving, but they wasn't aware that they homies had flipped. You know, one of them confidential sources had charges for
Goes over there pushing that Heisenberg.
kidnapping, robbery, body armor, all kind of shit. You know, people end up cooperating to lessen the blow of some of the shit that they got caught with, and that's what wrapped the Longos up into this federal indictment. Now, Chalito is serving the L for a murder in an unrelated state case, but he was using his niece as the communicator with the confidential informant. But we also see members like Lonely, Sugar Bear, Big Head, Serio, Wacky, and Smokey, top members over here in the Longos, go down in the same way. Wiretaps, snitches. But 2 years ago, we seen the Longos try to take out one of their confidential informants. On Halloween 2023, the Northside Longos had put a hit out on a female that was snitching. They put $5K on her head, and a dude named Oscar Ramirez from Northside Longo was applying the pressure. It said that he had already shot the bitch and was trying to get her out the way from taking a stand on some Northside Longo homies.
Stop!
Sheesh. And when it comes down to all this police footage, you're going to just continue to see body after body, shot after shot, and all these just deadly situations going from bad to worse.
Now, she was involved in a previous murder and ended up flipping on her homies. She was already outside putting in work. But on Halloween in Montebello 2023, everything went up. Then people was watching Ramirez and the Northside Longos. They caught him at a gas station, tried to box his whip in while he was trying to carry the hit out on the female rat. He ended up getting off, and the police ended up lighting his ass up. Now, crazy enough, he ended up surviving them shots from the police. But as you can see, the Longos got a lot going on in their hood. Not just the situation between Barrio Pobre and other Crips in the city. And we know the same goes for Barrio Pobre. Now, again, Barrio Pobre is not a big hood, but these dudes did do some high-profile shit, not only finding themselves in indictments, but also with a member named Gumby and Lil Papas out of that Mafiosos Chicos clique getting down on the Long Beach police. Long Beach gang detective officer Daryl Black. Now, it was said that these dudes was gearing up.
Am I tripping, or does this nigga look like Puff Daddy? Or like Not Enough Daddy? It kind of looks like him.
Over here in the 19th Street hood, on the east side, it seems like they was about to get down on some black people when the gang unit pulled up on them right before they was finna lay somebody down who had previously shot Gumby. Now, the police were in an unmarked unit, so I don't know if Gumby didn't realize it or, the heat of the moment, but everything cracked off. He put up 28 shots out of AK, ended up hitting the officer twice in the head, and some other stray bullets caught a pregnant female, hitting her 5 times in her house. And Barrio Pobre, they name made the news like crazy after this, and Gumby is still sitting on death row, waiting to be taken out this shit because of that murder in 2 attempts. Now, Lil Papas ended up getting off on that. I don't know how he got off, but they ended up coming back with a federal indictment on that dude over some immigration shit. So, the people came down hard on Barrio Pobre over that situation. It went up and it goes up when you killing cops out here, which is something Barrio Pobre is known for after this.
We in the section, bro. We right here on 16th, fool, the finest, fool, all the way to 10th Street, fool. Also headed at Long Beach.
Now, again, like we said, the racial shit is still there with Barrio Pobre as well. So before they killed that cop, they was on their way to kill another black dude based on a previous shooting. But in 2015, Rowdy from Barrio Pobre ended up getting cracking on a black dude while he was hanging out in the alley with his homegirls. So he was with 2 females. Both, of course, ended up snitching. Dominique Alvarez and AP. Dominique dude was from Barrio Pobre as well. But while they kicking it, a dude named Douglas Wilson pops out of his apartment building and hits the alley. Now, this was over here off of Cedar and 8th in Barrio Pobre hood. And these 2 dudes had ran into each other before. Now, Douglas Wilson, I can't say if he was gangbanging, if he was from 20s or from Insane. But according to Rowdy, he popped into the alley somewhat aggressive, thinking he was hard. Again, according to these dudes from Barrio Pobre. But Rowdy called him out, asking him why he acting hard. And Wilson ends up peeling off his shirt, trying to just get down with Rowdy. At this point, Rowdy cracks a smile and pulls that thing out. He ends up hitting Wilson twice. Once in the stomach, once
Imagine you jump out the fade, that nigga smile and start lighting you up like a Christmas tree.
in the chest, and ends up standing over him and putting 2 more into him, killing him over here off 8th and Cedar on the east side of Long Beach. Now, the females were saying that Wilson was screaming for help and everything was bad. Now, one of the females was already dead by the time Rowdy had went to trial, but but they still played her statement in court based off her confession and what she said in the preliminary hearings. But 5 weeks later, they ended up catching up with Rowdy. He goes down and they place this dumb nigga in a cell with 2 Perkins, and
he tell all on himself.
He gets to talking like everybody else does. He talks about he already had a problem with that black dude, and he was bragging about how he got down on the black dude. And he said when he hit him, he went flying. Again, telling all this to the snitches in the tank. Now, he talked himself into a life sentence in this cell for killing this black dude over here off 8th and Cedar. And again, this the type of shit that fuels the racial tension on the east side of Long Beach. And you know, it didn't used to be this much beef with these hoods in Long Beach. At one point, Insane and the Longos got along with each other. And the 18th Streets are cool with the Asian boys and the SCA. But the thing I see a lot of these hoods got a lot of young members. And what we see time and again, these young members are the ones that get cracking at school, whether it's Polly, Cabrillo, or Jordan. All these hoods are combined. In each part of the city, one hood of Longos is there. So this is what is fueling the fire with these young dudes, and it's bleeding over into the streets. But the West Side 80s and the West Side Longos is also known to have a lot of shit going on, as we showed that shootout on Spring Street between the West Side Longos and the 80s. We know Spring Street is that main block right outside them apartments for the 80s. But at one time, they also didn't have problems with the Longos when they formed. And on top of that, the Longos do have Compton Video beef. I seen them beefing with the T-Flats. If I'm not mistaken, they beefing with all the Compton Videos. So like I said, it's a lot that's going on over here in Long Beach, East, West, and North Side. A lot of racism, a lot of CK business as well. But what we seen at the beginning of the year, 23 days, 23 nights, it seemed like after that, shit kind of slowed down a little bit. It was extremely active. But again, the city is on a decline. Long Beach averaging about 35 murders a year. It's probably going to stay around that same point. But overall, man, y'all make sure y'all stay safe.
That's crazy, man. Make sure y'all tap in with my man, Rap News and Street Politics, man. Good dude, and a great father at that. We finna get up out here to the next one, man. Y'all know the deal's red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest is free. You have New Angel toys free. We go.
Change the way you walk, conversations in the bank probably change the way you talk. I'ma always be right here and I will never leave you lonely. You can rest all of your fears cause I always got it on me. They took me from you once, you showed you was a rock. Speak on my demise, but the devil is a lie. Since blood sin and we only getting higher. See the love in your heart, but your eyes full of fire. See, I used to wonder about you, but I know now. It's Gucci bags when we land, how it go now. Real shit, a real bitch and make you slow down. I beat it up and take a break and go some more rounds, and then we go some more rounds. It's gonna always be some rain, so the roads got umbrellas. I'm stressing with the homies in the town with them fellas. Gonna always take them pictures, I'll tell you when to post it. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'll die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'll die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Baby, keep a secret, she'll die before she tell it. Gotta keep my eyes open. See, I started as a dealer, then I finished as a dealer. I could put you on the beach in the middle of the winter. You and Nina, sister wives, cause the shit can get tricky. Niggas frontin' like a trailer, turn that bitch into Matilda. Stepping on these niggas and I came into a feet first. 12 with these Balenci's and these bitches make my feet hurt. Rich nigga problems every day, I live a movie. You could fight in H&M or you could bowl with me alone. She asked for a hoodie, so I let her wear the Gucci. Next day when she left, I ain't tripping, she kept the Gucci. It tastes like food, I even had to lick my fingers. And that pussy so good, I had to save me some for later. Diamonds on your neck, see them dancing on your haters. And they talk from the bottom, but you up, you can't hear them. You taking all the pictures, I'll tell you when to post it. Pistol on me and I'm focused, you ain't tripping, you a hold it. Cause you know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'll die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'll die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'll die before she tell it. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas
the secret shit.